Hello everybody and welcome back to a major video in the Raiders series. It's massive. We're looking over week number 17 and looking at some of the scores from the season. Oh my gosh, you see that? 0-16. The Lions, they're 0-16. A genuine 0-16 in this game. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. The Chargers managed to handle business against the Texans and finish 11-5. So that's a game that we needed to watch the score of. Now, the Ravens also managed to lose and drop to 10-6, which is another important score to look at. So now the Titans here are still sitting at 12-4. I think they probably just clinched the top seed here. The Colts are at 11-5. The Chargers at 11-5. We are at 10-5, still listed as the 2 seed, and the Ravens are 10-6, and the Dolphins are 10-6. So your divisional seeds are going to be the Titans and Dolphins, and then either the Ravens and Bengals or us or the Chargers. So the North and the West are going to be decided today in Cincinnati with this game, as we're going on the road to play the Bengals, as we've probably been flexed to Monday Night Football. So this is all realistic. I didn't just sim it to see the results. We are Monday Night Football, so we would already know all this going into it. This would be a major, all-time classic NFL season if two divisions in the AFC were decided on a Monday Night Football game. I mean, that's absolutely insanity, is it not, man? That is just primetime television at its best. So, as I've said in the previous video, especially in the Broncos video, a 10-6 record might not get to the playoffs, and it's looking like that might be the case. Because now that the Chargers have won and gone 11-5, if we lose, then they get the West. So we can't even get the division, right? So then that means that our only path is through a wild card. Well, because the Ravens are 10-6 and the Bengals are also 10-6, if the Bengals manage to win this game, then they would probably clinch the North, and the Ravens might, due to tiebreakers, would be placed above us. So we would just be kicked out entirely. So we need to win this game. This is a win-and-in type of game, guys. We'd stake everything on this game. I mean, this is really, this is the season right here. So we fought all year long just to get down to this level to try and give ourselves a chance in the postseason. And it might all be for naught, even if we finish 10-6, 4 games over 500. A good record, 10-6 is a good record. It should be a playoff record, but in this old NFL playoff format, man, only 6 teams can make it, and there is going to be a 7th odd-man-out team in the AFC this year, and we cannot let it be us. So we need to beat the Bengals today, but Carson Palmer's already putting on that work with Chad Johnson and saying, yeah, dude, keep freaking dreaming, guys. Keep dreaming. And Palmer and Johnson have clearly had a good season together, as Chad Johnson's got over 1,000 yards for his 3rd straight season, and now that is touchdown number 11 for him. But Tim Couch and the Raiders, you know we can answer back pretty much any deep threat like that, as Justin Gage gets a reception here and gets brought down at about the 11 or 10-yard line of Cincinnati. So we are answering back here. We are in the cold, folks. You can see their breath. There's no snow, but it's definitely very much cold. And on the 3rd down, Tim Couch tries to hit Justin Gage again, this time in the end zone, and that pass is broken up. So we're going to have to take a field goal, and now the Bengals are heading the other way on 3rd and inches. Palmer releases and finds an open target for another reception. That will, at the very least, give the Bengals another fresh set of downs here. But now they're inside the Raider 25, and Palmer back to pass once again. Very clean pocket, and he unloads it inside the 5, and that pass is completed once again, this time not to Chad Johnson, to a different receiver on the different. It might have been Kelly Washington. I think it was Kelly Washington. But Rudy Johnson's going to finish off the drive for the Bengals, and right now the Bengals are really just kind of moving as easily as they want to on offense, and our defense is going to have to shape up here and step in line if we're going to play, if we're going to keep our season alive here, because we're already in a hole here, 14-3 after 1 quarter of play. We need something to go our way desperately. So back on offense here, Tim Couch back to pass now. Needs to protect the football, needs to make smart decisions, and that is a smart decision, taking that one-on-one with Jerry Porter. Ended up getting some help from the safety here, but it didn't matter. As Jerry Porter comes down with it, and it's another huge first down for the Raiders. But fast forward to a 3rd and 1 inside the 20, and that pass cannot be completed as Jerry Porter, that one hits him in the numbers, but he was under a little bit of pressure. It was a contested catch here, and he couldn't haul it in. So bring out Janikowski for another field goal, and we need points of any variety, but we definitely got to start getting some touchdowns here. So 6 points is nice on the day here, but we need a little bit more from the offense, as Cincinnati's just been moving way too easily. And now across midfield once again, and Palmer gets rid of this one quickly, and it's another huge reception. Again, man, I don't know what's wrong with our secondary, if it's the cold, but we are not showing our strongest efforts right now. Oh my goodness. He got pancaked. No. That was like a spear. That was a helmet. He led with the crown of the head here. So Rudy Johnson getting the call once again, and somehow does not get into the end zone. It looked like he certainly did, but he might have got brought down maybe a yard or so shy. So the Bengals again knocking right on heaven's door here. They are 4 for 4 on third down already in this game. And on third and goal, they're going to hand it off to Rudy again, who breaks off the first tackle in the backfield. And there's not a whole lot you can really say about that, man. The effort was there. We did everything we were supposed to on defense. Just could not make the tackle, man. Just couldn't make it. So 21-6, we already find ourselves in a pretty sizable hole here in the first half. But Tim Couch and the Raiders offense will not be silenced as Justin Gage gets another reception along the sideline, and that is at least going to move us further downfield here. Fast forward to a 2nd and 9 inside the Bengal 30, and Couch releases across the middle, this time to Jerry Porter, and that pass is completed. Remember, he had the drop earlier, but he makes sure to get that one. And that will give us another fresh set of downs. But already it's 3rd and 10 as Cincinnati's defense has been firm already in this game against us. And Couch able to find an open target in the end zone. And thankfully, we finally get a touchdown as Josh Reed is going to grab touchdown number 6 on the year. And it's a huge one. So 21-13 now the score. But the Bengals, plenty of time to add even more points to their lead. And they managed to get another first down with just a minute and 40 or so left to play in the quarter. So they're letting time tick away here. They're not being super conservative with their time because they know they probably don't need to. But Palmer takes a shot to the end zone, and that's exactly why I was saying they know they don't need to be that conservative, because it looks like Palmer's just carrying that in his back pocket. And I believe it's Kelly Washington once again with another touchdown on the year. And he's had himself a decent year. Had himself a decent one. So, and now Tim Couch is finally making the mistakes that have kind of led us to this point all year long. But thankfully, Teo Johnson able to track him down. But Teo Johnson's going to get hurt on the play. I think he's ultimately going to be okay and come back. But still, just a tough scene to look at here, as now the Bengals with a gifted opportunity late in the first half. And Palmer's already making good use of it. Man, we need Tim Couch to protect the football, guys. We need him to. That's interception number 17 on the year. And it might be an absolute dagger if we let Cincinnati add even more points, and it looks like they're going to do that, man. With 30 seconds still left to go, they've got plenty of time to work. Chad Johnson really making us feel it as he, with an athletic play here, makes the catch, breaks off Phillip Buchanan, and cuts it field to at least get the first down and a couple more. So 6 for 6 on third down. Our defense cannot stop the Bengals on a third down, and that trend will continue as Carson Palmer finds another open target in the end zone for another Bengals touchdown, man. Gosh, man, the defense is really letting us down. Now, obviously, the interception doesn't help either. But when your defense cannot stop anything on third down, yeah, you're in a rough spot. You're in a rough spot. So the first half ends. We are getting absolutely trounced by the Bengals right now, 35-13. Things are not looking good. We got to get acclimated to the cold and got to make some smarter decisions as Couch unloads here. Finds an open target, and now it's off to the races here. And I think it's Josh Reed who's trying to lead the caravan, but he gets caught from behind. And at the very least, it's going to be a very good field flipping type of player to get us inside the Bengals 35. So Couch now back to pass. Unloads it across the middle on a quick slant to Jerry Porter for another first down for 84. So we are moving here. Slowly but surely, but we are moving. Now it's 3rd and 11 for the Raiders offense as the Bengals is forcing another tough third down. And Couch, man, the pressure is on, and it gets home. It gets home. He gets rid of the football, doesn't turn it over, thank goodness. But that is a costly third down, and so bring out Janikowski for another field goal. And again, man, we need points of all kinds. We definitely need as many points as possible, but the field goals are not helping, guys. We got to get into the end zone, man. Fortunately, our defense finally gives us a nice stop. But Tim Couch is going to give it right on back to Cincinnati with another interception. That's number 18 on the year, and jeez, man. I said it, I think, in a Bama video, but I don't know how. In both series on the channel, we got quarterbacks who just love to throw turnovers, man. Both Dre Gates and Tim Couch are going to throw like 20 interceptions apiece, and that's just going to be the killer of our season if we can't overcome it, man. It is absolutely brutal. And Tim Couch with another interception. We overcome the second turnover and get the ball back, drive it all the way back down, and then Tim Couch throws another interception. So the third quarter comes to an end. Our defense actually silences the Bengals' offense in the third quarter, but our offense does absolutely nothing except turn the ball over in the third quarter. So that might have been the last real shot we had at really kind of closing the gap as Tim Couch throws another interception. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Tim Couch is falling apart, guys. He's falling apart in real time. He's been our GOAT. He's got over 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. What can you say? He's selling this game, man. He's selling it. He can't play in the cold. He played for the Browns. How does this make sense? We get the ball back again somehow, but still almost another interception. But it's almost just as bad. It's a turnover on downs. So we can't even complete the pass. We have another 4th and 15. Our defense is still silencing Cincinnati's offense, but it's another turnover on downs. We can't do anything on offense. What happened? We're stalling out. In the final minute of the game here, the Bengals just run some clock out, and Rudy puts the dagger on our season, on this series potentially, on everything. Everyone's job, everything. And the Bengals are going to walk out of here with a victory, and it's not even competitive. I bet you guys expect a longer video in a competitive game, but no. The Raiders' offense comes out in the second half and just completely lays a wet fart. Tim Couch with like 4 interceptions and just cannot move the guys forward. And even our defense figured it out, dude. North Turner got into everybody's face, and they figured it out on that side of the ball. But then offense just fell apart. I don't know what happened, man. We added another touchdown late in the game, but it didn't matter. We lose by over 20 points, and everything just ends like that, guys. Oh my God, this is unceremonious. And look at that, 0 for 2 on 4th down. It wouldn't have mattered, dude. You turned the ball over 4 times. I don't know how Tim Couch you just left scratching your head. It's just one of those games, dude. It's like, just what are you doing? This has given me feelings of when I watched the Lions play the Commanders in the playoffs this past season. Like I'm just like staring at my screen, like, dude, what happened? Like, what are we doing here? So, yeah, that's how this is gonna end. I'll leave it open-ended to you guys. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for words. We built this team here. It's a decent team. Here's a final look at the playoff standings. The Titans, of course, take the top seed. The Chargers end up winning the West because we lose. And the Colts are going to get the wild card, the top wild card, at 11-5. The Dolphins are going to take the 3 because they won the East. And the Ravens still end up winning the North, even though the Bengals won. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So the Bengals just won and knocked us out of it, basically. That was the only way the Bengals could make it to the playoffs, is they beat us and knocked us out. So that's going to do it. I mean, that is literally, going to do our season. We finished 10-6 and don't make the playoffs. So here's a look at the wild card matchups. But guys, I don't even know if the season, or not season, but I mean, just if we're going to continue, man. This is the end of year 5. I plan on only doing like 6 or so seasons of this because I just wasn't sure what was going to happen. This is only supposed to be a placeholder series for the Cowboy series that abruptly ended. I wanted to continue the Cowboy series, but unfortunately my file got corrupted, so I had to kind of pivot and do something else in the time being before the actual NFL season started. But now that that's around the corner, the Hall of Fame game is in a couple weeks. We might just end this series here. So let me know what you guys think here. If you want the series to continue, I'll happily do it. Otherwise, could be the end of the Raiders, man. So hope you guys enjoyed the last 5 seasons, because yeah.